Morning and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. It is Monday, May 10th, the sixth Monday of Easter, and it is the feast day of Saint Damien of Molokai. And he is also just known as simply Father Damien. And he was a religious priest and missionary who spread Christianity throughout Hawaii in the 1800s. There was a leprosy outbreak um, that supposedly came to Hawaii from China, and it just spread like crazy. And he made sure that he cared for them and made sure he found a way to get their medical expenses paid for. And he himself, through healing those with leprosy, would end up getting it, um, which is what he ultimately died of in his 40s. But yeah, he is a very well known, very well known saint, especially in Hawaii, and his feast day is celebrated today, and it is obligatory in Hawaii, but it is optional in the rest of the U.S. Anyway, today's gospel is from John chapter 15, verses 26 through chapter 16, verse 4. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. When the Advocate comes, whom I will send you from the Father, the Spirit of truth that proceeds from the Father, he will testify to me. And you also testify, because you have been with me from the beginning. I have told you this so that you may not fall away. They will expel you from the synagogues. In fact, the hour is coming when everyone who kills you will think he is offering worship to God. They will do this because they have not known either the Father or me. I have told you this so that when their hour comes, you may remember that I told you. Okay. Kind of referring to the end times, I guess, and his upcoming persecution. So Jesus wants to make sure, he's sending the Holy Spirit, and he's the Advocate, and that Spirit will be able to portray truth of God and the reality of Christ to us and the world. But he noticed that whenever he's talking about this hour of his coming, um, whenever everybody will want to kill you, he is referring to us suffering the same type of death from society as what Jesus did, truly unfairly, and simply just because he was who he said he was, and still is. But notice that it says, the hour is coming when everyone who kills you will think he is offering worship to God. So people are going to kill you thinking that they're doing the right thing, meaning they're grounded in virtue and faith, whenever they're really totally misguided, which is quite interesting that people are going to be so convinced. And I see, kind of, it's odd, like some people who truly have their own perception of the ultimate good um, around the world today, and how polar opposite of what it would be that Christ would teach. So that's the challenge for us, is trying to find a level of consistency across every level of justice and truth of God the Father. But yeah, just so everybody's going to think that they're worshiping God, but it's going to be a false God, and whether that be a material God or one based upon selfishness, or whatever it is. It's not going to be the one true God. And that's why Jesus came. He wanted to make sure that he put his foot down, hey, this is the way and the only way. And if you don't go by this way, it's not looking good for you. So with all that being said, we shouldn't be surprised by anything, because Jesus promises that it's going to get rough. But he's going to come again. He's going to save everybody, including us, as long as we continue to strive to follow him. That's why he didn't tell us the hour of which he came. Otherwise, suddenly people would start caring and trying to figure out what truth is. So he puts that on us. That's what freedom and true love is all about. So it is our duty, and the challenge for today and every day is to be courageous and bold, to defend the faith to others, even if it means it's going to be uncomfortable, because it demonstrates that it means also requires that you must be knowledgeable about your own faith and you must hold yourself accountable to learning, knowing, understanding, and being able to defend your faith to others, which can be difficult. So, with that being said, good luck, happy studying, happy praying. Have a great day. God bless. Keep it real. In the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen.